A teenager,
yeah.
and before you know it, wow, yeah. you're kind of headline news.
That's when I met Bill Wyman.
Yes.
It wasn't right.
This kind of last season of your life, you've taken faith seriously.
One thing I hear a lot of people say is, you're not ashamed to say it, and I think, why would I be?
Have you been a person that has always had faith?
About 12 years ago at Holy Trinity Brompton in London, that something happened to me which changed the course of my life.
You've been through the Sahara Desert on camels.
Oh, well, I've been on many expeditions
yes.
in the Sahara, in the Danakil Depression, in Ethiopia, in Namibia, in Sinai, in various other deserts of the world. I did go to the North Pole. So, not all of me came back and said, look, have you seen that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got frostbite through a combination of stupidity and arrogance. Everybody has spiritual experiences, and that naturalistic explanations for these spiritual experiences just don't wash.
I want to sit with them, I want to listen to them, I want to hear what their questions are, I want to try and answer them. And then hopefully, during all of that time, let them see Jesus. So if you were to talk about suffering, for example, in the West, people are going to raise the question of suffering, and they will think of it as a logical problem. If God loved us, there would be no suffering.
Yes.
There is suffering, therefore there can't be a God.
Yes.
Dr. Martin Lloyd-Jones and his wife drove to our home and said, stay for 6 months. You've got nothing to lose. Hebrews chapter 6. Some have said that's the most difficult passage in the Bible.
Yes.
You know, Arminians don't like it. Calvinists don't like it. Calvinists don't like it because they teach you can't fall away.
Yes.
Arminians don't like it because they teach you can fall away, but you can get it back. And Hebrews 6 says you can't. My greatest insight in 25 years is James 2:14. This is the hardest verse in James.
Yes.
I lived there, but at age 6 it was required to send your children to boarding school, so I went out to boarding school at age 6.
So that period of your life, how would you describe it?
A lot of my great sadness that's reflected in the book comes from that period of time. And I had yellow legal pads, and I started with these conversations. You know, basically the questions you're not allowed to ask when you're growing up in the church. I struggled a little bit with trying to have the right scenario, and I picked what I consider to be the worst pain a human being can experience, which is the loss between a parent and a child.
How did you end up going to Hong Kong?
I started praying, what shall I do with my life, Lord? And every time I looked at the Bible, he said, go. I was quite interested in a prayer meeting where God spoke, you know, because all the ones I went to, we did, so. And that's, and he showed me the walled city.
And how big was that area? Just give us...
It's only about 5 or 6 acres.
But how many people lived?
Up to 100,000.